Welcome to the Wellbeing at Work video series. I'm Kylie Cox, the Healthy Worker Advisor at Business SA and the facilitator for the Wellbeing at Work video series. This series has been developed to guide your business and how to integrate physical and mental wellbeing into business as usual and begin to reap the rewards of a healthier workforce. As a reminder, this slide shows the overview of the 5 sessions that are being offered as part of this video series. You are now watching session 2, the 7 elements for workplace wellbeing. This session is all about the 7 elements for success. You could call these must-haves or principles or building blocks or even the 7 commandments. Think of them as the 7 ingredients to make the healthiest and happiest workplace possible. Either way, these elements are key on your journey to wellbeing at work. And if most of them are not in place, then more than likely any attempt at wellbeing at work will not function at its best, or will function for a little while but then will fizzle out. Do you think these 7 elements are going to surprise you? Do you think that they're going to be any different from any other change management process within a workplace, or even any different to starting any new project or program in the workplace? The answer is no. They will not be different, as these key elements are what should come with any new workplace change or project, and some of them will already exist just because of the business structure and the strategies already in place within your business. So let's begin. Number 1, communication is key. This is a two-way message. Firstly, I'd like you to think about how important is respectful and responsive communication in your workplace. It's huge. 44% of employees say that a pleasant working environment is what wellbeing is in the workplace. So getting communication right is a big step towards wellbeing at work. All workers need to have positive workplace relationships through good interpersonal skills, self-awareness, common courtesy and respect for others. This could end up being its own whole strategy, right? Second thought in communication, and it being key, is how the business communicates to employees about how they value their people and the well-being of their staff. How well are any strategies communicated that the business is using to improve well-being in the workplace? Are the messages delivered appropriately, if at all? Health is often taken for granted by us as individuals, and businesses too often forget to communicate to staff that they care and the ways in which they're going about it. Number 2, leadership and management support. This element is highlighted in all research around any change management process, and it's very high on the success of wellbeing in the workplace. As with communication, this is a two-way message. First, the quality of leadership in an organisation is paramount to wellbeing. Compassionate leaders who understand the value of workplace wellbeing, they endorse the vision and support activities to build wellbeing into the company's culture. Leaders need to walk the talk, participate, and need to lead the change. Secondly, a key ingredient is skilled managers. That is, they're skilled to manage conflict, performance management, to effectively communicate. They support diversity and manage bullying, discrimination and sexual harassment in a timely and appropriate manner. All of these skills lead to a pleasant work environment with lower stress and will support the business to thrive. The number 3 element here is about allocation of resources. In the Workplace Wellbeing Survey from A Future That Works, a question was asked about the top reasons for not offering workplace wellbeing programs. And besides insufficient management support at 44%, lack of budget was rated second at 36%. This element is therefore a key ingredient from both a financial perspective, but also a human resource perspective. Finances will need to be allocated if the workplace wants to use a qualified external provider or provide employees with incentives or rewards or purchase products. But on the flip side, many of these can be accessed for free. But more importantly than the dollar figure is allocating and supporting employee time, especially to those who have a responsibility in your team to drive wellbeing, such as human resources, work health safety, management staff, and those who are keen to lead a culture of change. Number 4, linking wellbeing to either health and safety, human resource strategy, and your core organisational values. For wellbeing at work to become business as usual, it is better for it to be a core component of the larger organisational values, and therefore it usually aligns either to HR or to work health and safety. For example, having the opportunity for staff to participate in the City Debate is a good starting place. However, if it's not attached to the company structure, for example within the social committee calendar or within your worker health and safety wellbeing plan, then this wellness activity will remain a one-off event. It's okay, but it could be so much better and so much more sustainable. Number 5, no one size fits all. Patrick Lenoshi, an American writer of books on business and team management, says a rigid one-size-fits-all approach generally ends up fitting no one. In the case of workplace wellbeing, it is true. No business is the same. Businesses are made up of people, and people have different personalities and skill sets and health status. Then businesses are different in different environments, there's different job roles. So if you take into account, for example, what a carpenter is exposed to is very different to what happens into an accountancy firm, for example, or in a restaurant. So of course you'll find that health and wellbeing needs in different businesses differ. And it's important for you to identify your workplace needs, and this is a key step that will be talked about in the next session. Number 6, take time to plan. I'll use another famous saying here from Benjamin Franklin. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Integrating wellbeing at work does take time to plan for success, and I'm going to show you some tools that can be useful in your approach to planning in the next session. But planning is essential when it comes to consulting with workers, and it's essential when considering the 3 levels of action across individuals, the environment, and within your organisational values. Number 7, the last key element is measurement, evaluation, or monitoring. Who has heard someone say that workplace wellbeing stuff is just not worth it, or we've invested time and money and got nothing in return? Any new project or business investment needs to have measures in place to assess the program against its criteria, to track its success, to improve it, and to be able to provide feedback to staff and management. There are some good online options to measure this, but if your business has already got some of these measures in place, such as absenteeism rates, work injuries, staff satisfaction surveys, and staff turnover. As for individual health, it'll be up to you and your team if you want to collect and measure data, depending on workers' confidentiality. Well, there you have it. The 7 key elements for success, the ingredients that will ensure workplace at wellbeing will be integrated, sustainable, effective, and so worthwhile for the return and value on your investment. Thank you for your time, and the next session I will take you through some of the known frameworks to help your business design a strategy or program. Included in that session, I will step you through the SA Healthy Workers, Healthy Futures Toolkit, a step-by-step guide to developing a successful workplace program. Take care for now. Thanks for listening. Bye.